then we'll take questions.
Okay, good afternoon. Thank you guys for coming. We are in between practices today, and it's our last day of 2 days, and I think we've had a really productive, efficient, good preseason segment of training, and we're really excited for year 2 with this staff and with this program. And I think these 3 ladies have had a tremendous impact on this program, and we're expecting a lot out of them this year. We're fortunate enough that we do get to play an exhibition match this year, so we can kind of test it out before we get going, and we'll head to Belmont next Sunday to play that. But I'm just really excited for the second season here in Stark Vegas. I think we've kind of had a really good progression this spring, and over the summer you can tell they've worked super hard, so we're just ready to get going.
Question?
What areas are you looking to improve the most from year 1 to year 2?
Honestly, I think it's about finding a consistent lineup. We were switching, offensive systems a lot last year, changing our defense, changing a lot of things, and I just want us to really figure out who we are and focus on our side of the court. I'm hoping that with kind of the last year we had a lot of freshmen that were playing, and they were pretty overwhelmed. We had a lot of newcomers who'd never been in this league, and so it was a matter of allowing them to get experience, but not getting too far in a hole. So always trying to fix the problem. And this year, I think that they have a lot of good experience to go off of, where if we just trust, our system that we're in, they can work themselves out of those issues this year. So I think if we're consistent in a lineup and we can get into a good rhythm and kind of develop that trust, I think we'll have a lot more success.
How confident are you that you've found a lineup, or is that going to be a lot of trial and error early in the year?
I feel pretty good about our middles, our right side, and our setter. I think we're just still trying to figure out who the other outside is, who's going to play opposite of Paige. If we can figure out that second outside spot, I feel like we'll get into a good rhythm. I think after Belmont, I know I'll be a little bit more calm after we have an exhibition match and I can see us play against somebody else and not just each other in our gym. But once we can kind of lock in that other outside, I think that'll be a pretty set system where we'll probably be in a 5-1. Aaliyah's done a great job all preseason of just kind of running the show and managing her team, so I think she's definitely going to be on the floor running it for us this season.
Who do you think the benchmark game will be in the non-conference play for you guys?
I'm really excited about Southern Miss. I think that second weekend tournament down at Southern Miss is going to be a really good test. I think we're not going super far during non-conference. We're staying pretty regional, and there's a lot of good volleyball just around us. And Southern Miss is a great program. She's the second-year head coach at that program as well, and she always does a good job out recruiting and everything. So I think just heading down south and kind of playing an in-state rival like that's going to be, I think, a big weekend for us, where we kind of figure out what the rest of the season is going to look like.
For the players, how much does an exhibition game help? Like your coach just said, it's sort of a way to see what you guys have before the season officially starts. So what are your thoughts on the exhibition game?
I just think we're really excited just to see all of our hard work pay off finally. And instead of playing ourselves, we get to play another opponent. So I'm excited to see us really get to compete and show off what we've been working on all preseason.
Yeah, I agree with Aaliyah. I think we've been playing each other in practices, and it's like we need to start playing against other components. I think our expedition match will be a good game for us to see where we're at.
I think it will be a good start for us to try to figure out how we're gonna get in a rhythm and just playing next to each other, and we finally get to play against a different team, so it'll be different.
Aaliyah, you're one of just 2 seniors on the team. What's that dynamic like, and having such a kind of young group?
I really like this group right now. And me and Amarsh, we've been together for 4 years, so we're really comfortable with each other, real confident with each other. And so as a middle, I think that, and a setter, I think that relationship is really important. So I'm really excited to just leave it all on the court with her, and I think she's ready to do the same.
What's the most exciting thing that you've improved on over this last off season, I guess?
I think we've been putting a lot of emphasis on our first contact, so making sure that we can be in system as much as possible, and being able to, for me, to run my offense as even and balanced as possible.
I think getting comfortable with being out of system too, because this is a really tough league, and so we are out of system a lot, so just being comfortable with being out of system.
Anything else?
Go ahead.
Julia, you said that mentioned that having a lot of freshmen playing and people would come in. How much? I guess it's a little cliche, but how much does that experience help going into year 2 and sort of giving a baseline for the team?
Honestly, I think that was the best thing for our freshmen last year, for Deja, Paige, and then Gabby Wade, and another freshman who's going to carry a big load. They never seemed overwhelmed, but I know that playing and coming in and starting as a freshman in the SEC is very overwhelming, but they handled it very, very gracefully and just with a lot of poise. I think that this year, I don't think they know that there's pressure on them. I think that Deja, especially for her recognition that she got as all freshman team, she understands that she does have a target on her back, and she's, when people write the scouting report for Mississippi State, it says Deja Robinson on there. So I think that pressure is a little bit of a privilege for her, where she's going to have to figure out different ways to kind of still be a go-to for us and still be the stud player that we know she can be. But for Paige, I'm hoping that Paige can carry the same role or less of a role, because last year she took way too many swings for us. I think this year, if we can find some pieces to kind of balance out the offense, then maybe she won't have to have as many attempts in one match. Maybe she'll be able to just focus more on her passing and her defense. But overall, I think that the spring was a pivotal moment for them, where they could look back and say, I've played against every team in this league. So now when I step on the court next season, it's not going to be the first time where I'm kind of bright-eyed and wondering what's going to happen. They seem a little bit more calm and mature, and I'm really thankful for that for them.
I know teams usually like to keep their goals in-house, but going into year 2, how much of a jump do you think you can make from what you guys did last year and improving upon that this year?
I think the jump that I'm most excited about is to see what we do in non-conference. I think that's where we're going to set the tone. If we can get some wins early, then the sky's the limit for this group. I think we scheduled pretty competitively but healthy, where we're not going to have to take these brutal road trips to go play a preseason opponent. So we did that so that we can go and stay local, where the girls are rested. They've got plenty of time to play and practice at home. We get on the bus, we go play. I really think that after some, first weekend where we're home, we've got 3 good matches against 3 great opponents. If we can take care of business on our own court, and then we can kind of build on that confidence early, I think that this group, they're confident in themselves, but I do think that they would like to see a win next to their name earlier and a lot more of those wins. So I'm hoping that, for me, I'm okay with steady, slow, sustainable growth, but I know that these guys put in so much work that they want to see a lot quicker results. But I think Aaliyah and Amara, both seniors, have a really great understanding that their legacy and what they're going to leave might not be tons of wins next to our name, but they're helping create that foundation for the younger ones like Deja and Paige to kind of get there eventually. So I know I've got pretty high hopes. We haven't sat down and talked about numbers of what we want to do, but I think if we focus weekend by weekend in the non-conference schedule, that we're going to have a much better result that we'll be very proud of, and that's what I want for them.
Mississippi high school volleyball is getting better, and I see you have started recruiting in Mississippi. How important will that be for the future?
It's huge. We had so Callie Minshew, Gatorade State Player of the Year, is here, and she is one of those kids where if you've got someone like Callie in state, we want to keep her in state. We don't want her to leave the state. And if the high school coaches and the high school programs can continue to get better and better, then we're going to see more recruits in state. And over the summer, we had a sellout team camp where we have these coaches here that are trying to improve their programs, and that's really exciting and promising for us as a whole, because there's people 2 hours down the road in Birmingham, there's people 2 hours down the road in Jackson, and you want to keep those Mississippi kids in school in the state. So I'm excited about the future. I think that we'll probably see more of those in-state kids on our roster in the future, just because the game is getting better and it's continuing to grow.
Anything else? All right, thank you.
Thank you. Y'all stay.
Yeah.